Dreaming of a different life where you make more money, you have financial freedom, you have more time to spend with your friends, your family, and on your hobbies. Want to feel secure in your income and not have to worry about money, or just dreaming of a different job or a career and pursuing your dreams. Well, there is a solution, and in this video we'll take you through the steps and the critical mindsets to get any job or career that you want. These 7 steps have helped our clients and me personally to land a brilliant corporate job straight out of school at 18, to land multiple internships and a graduate role with top global management consultancies, to progress and be running a department by 26, and to be a director and on the leadership team of a scale-up, i.e. one of the executive team, by the age of 29, and run my business for over 3 years. Welcome to the YouTube channel for Catch. My name is Sam and I am the founder here at Catch. Unshakable confidence is the key to getting everything that you want in life and dating. So on this channel, we help you to build that unshakable confidence and become the most unstoppable version of you. We're running a competition, so if you're interested in a free to enter competition with prizes worth up to £250, check that all out in the description box below, and you can also find details of our other services and other social media there as well. So the critical steps to move into any job or any career that you want start with getting clear with what it is that you want. And why is it that you're passionate about that? What is it that it's going to help you achieve? Because if you can get clear on the outcome that you're looking for or that job, it will help give you direction and motivate you for the coming steps and the actions that you need to take. And it will also help you make decisions about what to pursue, what not to pursue, and if it's going to move you in the direction of what you desire or move you away from it. So spend some time reflecting on what is that job, why are you passionate about it, what is it that you hope it's going to deliver for you. Is it going to deliver financial freedom, more peace, more challenge, better relationships, more time with your family? Get clear on the what and the why. And alongside getting clear on the what and the why, start to visualize the version of you that would be in that role. How would that version of you show up? What would it be like day to day to be in that role? How would you be spending your time? How might you be different to the version of you that you are today? What different skills or behaviors might that version of you have? How would you feel internally? Get excited about that future and get really clear what it will look like and what you might need to develop to get there. And through the following steps, we're going to help you build your confidence so that you can land that dream job. So that's step 1. Getting very clear on what it is that you want. Step 2, and starting on that journey of building your confidence towards this job or career, is to start to form a plan. So based on the job or the career that you are after and you have articulated, what is a plan to get there? Research that career, research that job. What sort of people succeed in those roles? Look for podcasts or relevant information on YouTube for people in those roles. How did they get into that job? What skills did they develop? What education did they do? Who did they meet in the industry? How did they network? How did they get their job? And really start to understand what companies or organizations operate in that industry. Who are the big players? Who are the challenger or the small scale-up players? What are the different specialisms within that industry or that job? And start to get really clear what your place would be and what your roots could be from where you are now. Confidence is self-belief, and Often we can lack the self-belief or the confidence to go for that dream job or career because we cannot see a path there, or we do not believe that we are good enough or worthy or have the skills and behaviours or networks to get there. So by doing your research, deeply understanding the industry, understanding the opportunities that are available and how other people have made a move into that sort of job will help for you to start building a plan from where you are now to that dream job, even if it takes multiple steps. So it might need a sideways move or a backwards move to move into that industry, and then you work your way up again. But if you can, the more information you have, the more confident you will be, and you will start to build that belief. And so much information is available online that there will be resources to help you. Also, by having a plan, it can remove frustration with current circumstances. So many people that we speak to feel hopeless, they feel demotivated, they can't see a path out of what they're currently doing or their current circumstances, but having a plan gives them direction, and it helps remove any frustrations or difficulties with the current job or career that you don't enjoy. Step 3, once you have a plan and you're really clear on what are the skills or behaviours that are needed in that industry, and you've got a broad plan of how to get there, is to start filling any skill or behaviour gaps. And this applies whether you're going for a complete change in industry or a new job or a promotion. So for example, if you want to move from one industry to another, think about your transferable skills and what skills may be missing. So for example, if you currently work in retail or in hospitality and you want to move into a corporate role, there are a number of transferable skills such as customer service, team leadership, relationship building, understanding customer needs, and then changing the strategy of what you're doing in retail or hospitality, or how you show up with customers to improve sales. All of that is transferable. However, there may be some skills or knowledge gaps in the particular corporate role, whether that's marketing, or if you're going into pharmaceuticals or banking, understanding how that industry works and critically how it makes money. This is a side note. If you're interested in this or it fits with your skill set, we would advise looking for roles that are part of making money in a company or part of the value journey for each of that company or that industry, because those are the most secure roles. Even when a company falls in hard times, they will always invest in the parts of the business that add value to customers and create revenue. But that's a side note. But if you can understand how your dream job or business or industry makes money and the skills gaps that you have, that can all feed into your plan of action. And it will also help you in interviews and in applications to articulate, look, I have all of these transferable skills across industries, and I know that these are my gaps, and here's how I'm working on them. So it shows a lot of proactivity, intention, and direction to those that you're applying for. Once you're clear on the skills or knowledge gaps that you may have, again, do your research. Look at what qualifications are available, what education is available. Are there volunteering opportunities or opportunities in your current role to build some of those skills? So for example, if you want to get promoted into a team leader or a manager type position, speak to your current manager, and perhaps there are ways that you can start to support leading the team. Perhaps you can organise team building exercises. Perhaps you can mentor more junior members of the team. Or perhaps in volunteering, perhaps you volunteer as a football coach or another type of sports coach, or are involved in business mentoring. What are the ways that you can build those skills and then demonstrate them when you're going for that new job? So step 3 is filling those skill gaps by understanding what your knowledge and skill gaps may be, understanding your transferable skills, and then doing the education, the learning by doing, or the learning from others to fill some of those skills gaps in advance. Step 4 is to meet people in the industry and to network with those people, because it really is who you know as well as what you know, and often who you know is even more important, because in the age of AI, Many jobs are getting hundreds of applications and they're tailored using keywords from the job description using AI. So there's a lot of competition, and to cut through the noise, what will be very valuable to potential employers is a recommendation or a referral. And once they get a referral or hear your name, they will often look past some potential skills or knowledge gaps, or look at your plan to solve these or how you're working on them, because you're already familiar and you've been vouched for. So what are some ways that you can start to build relationships in that industry, at that company, for the job that you're looking for? Well, the key is to get in front of as many people as possible in your desired area. And that could look like going to networking events. Many industries run events that you can go to with stalls and stands of the different employers. You can attend those and speak to people from different companies, and then get their card, get their LinkedIn, and find a way to get in touch with them. Many companies also do open days or run webinars to educate about different aspects of their company, and they may even be customer webinars, so you could join some of these to learn more about the company or the industry as a potential customer. And pretty much every industry has an end customer, right? So finance, pharmaceuticals, consumer products. Even in sports, what can you learn by being a potential customer, and who could you meet through those avenues? So are there ways that you can volunteer, either directly in the industry or the company or the job that you're looking at, but perhaps even general volunteering that might enable you to meet more people, because you never know. Someone may know someone who is in the job that you want. So purely by getting out there, meeting more people and telling as many people as you can, I really want to work in this industry or at this company, the more you do that, the more doors will open for you. People love to help. And one of the biggest trust builders from a psychological perspective is to ask for something from someone. So just by saying, I'd really love, I'm looking to move into this industry or this company, people will try to open doors for you and make introductions, because people love to be useful. So get out there and socialize. And of course, be authentic, but drop in what you're looking to do. And as well as all of those options, what you can also do is target people on LinkedIn. So if there's a particular company or a department of a company that you want to work in, you can add people who work there on their LinkedIn, send them a message, or other social media, send them a message saying, I'd really love to work in this industry. I'd love to pick your brain and hear more about this industry if you have time, or perhaps there's someone in this department you can refer me to. Anything like that. As I say, people love to be helpful, and if you're coming from a genuine place, people will feel that energy and want to help you. And also there's often referral bonuses for people working in a company to refer someone in, so there is something in it for them, as well as being a good citizen and doing a good deed. And to bring this to life with an example, so when I was 18 or so and I identified I wanted to go into management consultancy, I signed up for a business scheme called Young Enterprise, and I took part in that as a participant. I then went back as a volunteer to mentor other young people going through this business scheme whilst I was working. And during that time, I ended up volunteering with other established management consultants who were then able to refer me for their apprenticeships, internships, things like that. I still had to go through the competitive process, but someone who works at the company was able to give me inside knowledge, was able to help me with the application, and it also bumped me to the top of the list for those applications when recruiters were looking at it within the company. And when I was then working on a gap year for a consumer goods company, a food company specifically, I was working in an entry-level administrative role, and there were management consultants that came in to help that food company with some changes that they wanted to make. I then spoke to someone in the strategy team and said, I'd love to work in consulting. Would you be able to introduce me? They introduced me to the consultants, and I then made a network of more people who were in that industry. Now, was that a little plucky to say to my managers, I want to go do another type of job? Yes, it was. So of course you have to assess whether that is suitable in your employment. And I understand in America, particularly with at-will employment, you may not want to take those risks. But when you build deep relationships with peers and colleagues and managers, as I said, they want to help you. So if you're doing a good job and you're working hard and you say, look, this is my dream to work in this area, again, they want to help you because they want to motivate you to do the best job you can whilst they're working with you. And if you're going to leave anyway, why would they stand in your way and make you unhappy through doing that? So look for the good in people and ask wherever you can for introductions or just to learn more, and you'll be surprised. Step 5 is to expect rejection. And this may sound counterintuitive, but if you expect rejection and expect hardship, you'll be much more resilient when those challenges come up and you need to overcome them. So if you expect that you won't get the first jobs that you apply for, that you may get some difficult feedback, you may need to build your skills further, or you may need to apply a few times to the same company, then when you get an initial rejection, it won't faze you because you will have it anticipated it and be willing to work through it. So this is a mindset shift about not letting rejection get in your way and stop you from achieving your dreams, and just see it part of the learning and development process. Link to this, apply for jobs that you don't think you're ready for. Research has shown that men tend to apply for roles where they meet 80% of the requirements. Women tend to want to have 100% of the requirements or even more of the job description before they apply. But you can't lose anything by applying except a bit of time. So go for that application, ask for that introduction, take risks, because if you're not scared of the rejection, you're more likely to take the risk, and if you don't apply or you don't ask, you will not get. But if you do apply, you could get through to an interview and meet a contact for future. You may get feedback on your application. You may speak to someone internally that then moves to another company or another organisation who can then introduce you. So there's no downside of applying unless you're scared of the rejection. And there can be learning in every single rejection or experience. So if you see it as just part of the process to get what you want and part of getting more information and learning more, it becomes a positive rather than something negative. And there can be learning in every single rejection or experience. So if you see it as just part of the process to get what you want and part of getting more information and learning more, it becomes a positive rather than something negative. And through that process, continually ask for feedback. So if you're not scared of the rejection and you see it as a learning opportunity, you can ask for feedback without being worried about your ego. And again, asking for feedback shows proactivity, it shows intention, it shows how much you want it. So even the process of asking for feedback could give you more information of something you need to learn or develop to be better than other candidates. And it puts you in a positive light with the recruiter or the hiring manager. And the final step is to persist. So you've created your plan of how to go from where you are now to your future dream career and maybe the interim steps. You have found ways to fill skills gaps, whether that's through your current job, volunteering or other. You've networked, you've applied for jobs, you expect that rejection, you've overcome some hurdles. And if you keep persisting down that path, down that journey, eventually you will land either your dream job or a job on the way to what it is that you want to achieve. So persist, believe in yourself, keep building your confidence through building your belief, either through taking the steps and taking action as we've described in this video, or if you need to work on your feeling good enough and your inner self-belief, we do have a dedicated video on how to identify gaps in your confidence and your self-belief and how to build those beliefs. So we'll link that down below and in the top right-hand corner to click on. If you have any questions about this or any comments, or perhaps you've got some experiences of where you've moved jobs or careers, please do share those below, because we love to build a community on this channel and help one another. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting and subscribing, and we will see you in the next one. Thank you.